come on, beam. Let's see.
For those of you familiar with the Shoe on Head channel, you know I've harshly criticized the Democratic Party for all my career. Some say too harshly. Frankly, I don't care. And some say I'm not harsh enough on the Republicans. First of all, true, but let's be honest, that's not why you come here. You go to Kyle Kalinske for that. Just like you go to Destiny to see opinions you can hear on CNN, or to Hassan for dog training tips. You come here to hear, golly gee willikers, I'm left-wing and the Democrats have gone crazy. That's the shit you're here for. But are the Democrats actually getting their shit together? Or did they simply get lucky in a few blue areas? One of those—
I gotta go fucking. Man, come on, man. I see what I'll do. I'll go like this, right? And then, let's see. Check. 1, 2, 1, 2. Okay, that should be better. Let's see. Yep. Ian, come on, Ian. Ah, fuck, my headphones. Cocksucker. Ah. Fucking headphones. Ah. I have to take a shit. Oh, fucking shit. Oh my god, there's always something, dude. Always fucking something in the way, something fucking... No, that's not a good spot. Over here, then. That's a good spot. Okay. Fuck off. Just warming up here. Warming on up. Oh.
blue areas being my city, New York, where Democratic Socialist candidate Zohran Mamdani won the election and will become the new mayor. And a lot of people are like really confused about how this happened. And if you're one of those people, you really need to keep watching. If you don't understand why Mamdani won, I'm sorry to say, but you're kind of like the liberals in 2016 who didn't understand why Trump won. It's actually extremely understandable why Zohran Mamdani won, and it's not just because New York is full of commies or whatever. He is objectively the best Democratic candidate that they've had in a very, very long time. Like, I know the bar is in hell there, but he's young, he's energetic, he's charismatic, and people are really tired of the White House doubling as a retirement home. And of course, I like many of his economic policies. I like the universal childcare thing, the transportation, flipping off the Christopher Columbus statue. That's the shit I don't like. Bitch, that's our fucking guy. He was a brave Italian explorer who discovered America, and in this house, Christopher Columbus is a hero. End of story. I've said this many times, but I don't think the good left-wing policies can even exist alongside the bad left-wing policies. Like, I don't know how you can have free transportation but also be soft on crime. Like, I don't know, like, in what world does that work out? You can't have nice, clean, free transportation if a bunch of drug addicts and violent felons are going around stabbing people and setting them on fire. You can't have nice things if you don't have rules to enforce those nice things, you know what I mean? It's always such a breath of fucking fresh air when I go back to visit my family in the suburbs of Long Island and I go to the CVS and the fucking toothpaste is free from their plexiglass prisons. I shouldn't have to wait 10 minutes for some poor wagey to come unlock the cagey so I can buy fucking shampoo. We don't have to live that way. Maybe he'll do great, or maybe he gets into power and immediately cucks to the establishment like some other people. I don't like to talk about it. I just don't know how the hell anyone thought Andrew Cuomo was going to win. He killed a bunch of grandmas during COVID.
As you admitted this week, you personally altered the state health department report to undercount the death total, to hide the death total.
That's
and then
embarrassing, bro.
evaded and lied to these families for 5 years. So
You killed a shit ton of people. For what? Plus, he doesn't even f***ing live in New York City. He doesn't live in the city he's running to be mayor of. Cuomo just kind of expected to win based on name recognition alone and being like, hey, at least I'm not the other guy. Sound familiar? Trump actually offered a vision. Make America great again. Mamdani offered a vision.
Make
New York
guys
City
come
you
again.
can afford. So people took a chance on him. People wanted something different. Andrew Cuomo, he had no vision or anything. Oh man, I love tuning into a debate about New York City, and 80% of it is about another f***ing country.
The first foreign visit by a mayor of New York is always considered significant. Where would you go first?
First
Oh,
visit,
Lord.
I would visit the Holy Land.
Fuck.
would go to Israel.
The Holy Land?
Mr. Mamdani.
What are you talking
I would
about?
stay in New York City. My plans are to address New Yorkers across the 5 boroughs and focus on that.
Mr. Mamdani, can I just jump in? Would you visit Israel?
That was the exact moment I knew Zoran was going to win. Bro was just surrounded by NPCs. I love how they're like, where would you go? And Zoran was like,
Establishment
I'm gonna
cucks.
stay here. And instead of being like, no, Zoran, the question was, where would you go? They're like, why wouldn't you go to Israel? Like, that's the answer to the question. Like, that's just the default answer to that question. His win was very much in part a direct response to the affordability crisis that many Americans are facing. So what is the GOP's answer to the affordability crisis? Oh, great news, guys. There is no affordability crisis. It doesn't exist. It's all in your head, silly. Need to save money? Simply don't buy your grandmother a Christmas present this year.
Budget, budget, budget. You need a plan. Also remember, adults don't need gifts, okay? Focus on the people in your life who are age 3 to 18. Grandma doesn't need slippers. If they don't live by you, don't get them a gift. Now's not the time
What?
to spend and break the banks.
Zoran's win was all also basically a
Don't get
direct
grandma a
response to
gift.
the housing crisis
What
in
the
America.
fuck?
So what is the GOP's response
Surely.
to the pie in the sky, commie gobbledygook that Zoran Mamdani is selling? Surely they have a better solution.
Here we go. The White House is floating this idea. Bill Pulte is saying, thanks to President Trump, we can indeed work on the 50-year mortgage, a complete game changer. How does that work in dollars? Here you go. 30-year fixed mortgage right now. You're paying $2,038 a month, principal and interest on a $400,000 home. At the bottom, under 50 years, you'd save a couple $100 a month at $1,822 principal and interest. That is proposed. Do you like this idea?
I do not like this idea.
Not lowering prices, not building more housing. No, just being a good little slave to the bank for 50 years. You might as well be a rentoid forever in this case. Like, at least you don't have to fix your own dishwasher.
It's so,
you own nothing and be...
It's crazy because it's like this kind of stuff. It preys on the low IQ people. Like, yeah, it's a bad idea, whatever. But what people don't understand is like, if they released that, if they allowed that, people would do it because all the low IQ people would do it because it's about delayed gratification. Low IQ people do not understand. I have fucking issues with that myself, man. you know, they don't understand delayed gratification. They don't understand. They see low monthly payment and they think, oh, I can afford this. This is great. They're just thinking about their monthly bills. People who think about their monthly bills instead of like the overall, you know, long term, how much fucking interest am I going to pay over the course of this? Yeah, that's low IQ.
Be happy. Doesn't that sound great, Gen Z? Vote for us. We'll release the Epstein files and finally drain the swamp.
Jesus fucking
Awesome.
Christ.
Finally, justice. Here it comes, the Epstein files phase 1. We got all your favorite E-celebs here. Don't you think that's a little tacky? I mean, like, this is an international child trap. The Epstein files are on my desk. Oh, that's great. That's great. That's what we've been waiting for. Well? Oh, they don't exist. Wait, what? Yeah, the Epstein files don't exist. They're a Democrat hoax. But you just said, hey, what the f***? That's my wallet. Sorry,
Nobody
Israel
believes you,
needs new
bitch.
weapons. Bye. What do you want, Democrat? Vote for us. Why? What do you have to offer? Hey, that's my wallet again. What are you people doing? Sorry, Israel needs new weapons. Bye. The Epstein files are a really big deal. This is not a partisan issue. You should absolutely care about an international child trafficking blackmail operation consisting of the most powerful people in the world. And anyone telling you to move on is coping, gaslighting, or in on it. If whatever is in there is so damning that it is a national security risk, the people
insane.
deserve to know. Like, I don't know about you, but if we are paying taxes to a bunch of satanic pedophiles, I would like to know. That is information I would like to know. Like, I already know we're doing that, but I would like some confirmation. Okay, so literally as I am filming this, Trump is saying he is releasing the Epstein files. So I guess they weren't a hoax. I'm gonna be so honest. I have no idea what the f is going on, you guys. I'm sure when this video gets posted, there's already gonna be more things that have happened. Also, Mike Johnson apparently said they need to make changes to the files to make sure we, quote, don't do permanent damage to the political system.
Bro, I'm
if
so
releasing the
fucking
Epstein
sick of this
files
shit.
would do damage to the political system,
Like, what are
then
you
so be
talking
it.
about?
Then it deserves to be damaged. It deserves to be destroyed. Just release the files. After all, if you have nothing to hide, you have nothing to fear. Isn't that right, government? But it wasn't just the Epstein files thing that has MAGA feeling a little demoralized lately.
Sick of this
Does that
shit,
mean
bro.
the H-1B visa thing will not be a big priority for your administration? Because if you want to raise wages for American workers, you can't flood the country with tens of thousands or hundreds of thousands of foreign workers.
I agree. You have to bring in talent. When
Well, we
a
have
country
plenty of talented people
No, you
here.
don't. No, you don't.
We don't have talented people here?
No, you don't have. You don't have certain talents, and people have to learn.
We've talked about this a few times on the channel, actually very recently in the male loser epidemic video. The no talented Americans thing is a myth pushed on us by corpos and billionaires, so they can hire foreign workers who will work for less money and won't unionize. Worker drones who will work under the coercion of deportation, essentially creating infinite scab labor. Even though there are so many Americans in these fields looking for jobs, but those spoiled Americans will ask for a living wage so they can live in a 600-foot square apartment. How dare they? We can't do that. So import 1 billion immigrants. After all, it's good for business.
Folks are not thrilled about this idea of hundreds of thousands of foreign students in the United States.
If we were to cut that in half, which perhaps makes some people happy, you would have half the colleges in the United States go out of business.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not that I want them, but I view it as a business.
Unfortunately, America does feel like nothing but three
View it as a
corporations in a
business.
trench coat. But America is not a business. America is not a corporation.
People,
it is a
motherfucker.
nation. The contrast of what Trump is saying here compared to how he used to talk is staggering. Republicans embracing populism, at least rhetorically, is what gave rise to Donald Trump and fundamentally changed the way Republicans do politics in America. If you go back and watch the debates of Donald Trump in 2016, it's crazy.
We should have never been in Iraq. We have destabilized the Middle East. They lied. They said there were weapons of mass destruction. There were none.
Yeah, who
And
lied?
they knew
Benjamin
there were
fucking
none.
Netanyahu.
There were no weapons of mass destruction.
I remember being like, damn, that's not how politicians in general really talked at the time. Like, we would see it from Bernie Sanders and maybe like Ron Paul, but to get up on stage in a Republican debate in front of Republican donors, saying that kind of shit was unheard of. Bro was getting booed. Trump won in 2016 by decrying the bloodlust and warmongering of the Republican Party, but also by speaking to the economic woes of the average working class American. Basically saying, I see you, to people who felt like they haven't been seen by either party in a very long time. Like, I saw people in my life, my neighbors and stuff, that were all like Obama voters, like just flipped to Trump, and now like all of Long Island. Long Island is like the Florida of the Northeast, bro. It is like Trump country there now. Before Trump... Oh, my nuggies are here. My nuggies are here. 1 second. 1 second. I must go get my nuggies. It's nuggie time.
Brother Nuggie?
34-year-old woman, by the way. Mother, by the way. Before Trump, the Democrats basically relied on talking about how the Republican Party didn't care about the working class. But eventually, the problem for Democrats was the working class didn't care about them. But now it seems like the Republican Party is going back on all of that and becoming the Bush-era neoconservative party again, right as they're winning, embracing freaks like Lindsey Graham.
So I just want to say, I feel good about the Republican Party. I feel good about where we're going as a nation. We're killing all the right people and we're cutting your taxes. Trump is my favorite president. We've run out of bombs. We didn't run out of bombs in World War II.
Republicans, is that what you want your party to be? Lowering taxes and killing people? We tried that already. To many Republicans, the solution to the affordability crisis, wreaking havoc on Americans, is simply trusting the free market, working hard, and if that doesn't work, they bust out all reliable.
If you're a young person and you can't afford to live here, then maybe you should not live here. I mean, that is a real thing. Yeah, I know that
is a real thing.
Grown up in a society that says that you deserve to live where you grew up, but the reality is that the history of America is almost literally the opposite of that.
Ah yes, the classic. Just move. Just move from Economic Zone 67 to Economic Zone 69. I don't know, man. Maybe some people actually like where they live. Maybe they want to make their community better. This is like the libertarian version of just deal with it when you talk to leftists about crime. Like, no, we shouldn't just deal with it. We shouldn't just move. Maybe we can make the cities in our country livable and safe. Maybe better things are possible, actually. My husband and I moved away from our families because of his job, and it f***ing sucks. It sucks raising kids without an extended family around. Say hi to grandma on FaceTime. Not normal, not natural.
Not normal.
When I was
People
growing up,
need
it
to
was
stick
like
together.
aunts and uncles and cousins and grandparents were just coming in and out of my house, like bringing over food, like, hey, I got some mancati. I would be babysat by my cousins and my aunts. And because we moved away, my kid won't have that. And I wouldn't be surprised if that's one reason many young people are putting off having children. The complete lack of community, the lack of a village. If you can't afford to live where your family lives, just move to fucking Gary, Indiana, where there's nobody around and no jobs and no family and no friends, but hey, at least you can afford a house there. That's not how life should work, Ben. Maybe take a step back and try to understand. Am I doing bird hands too much? You guys have made me so insecure about the fucking bird hands thing ever since this meme.
I have a cookie.
Listen, I'm a woman, okay? We are programmed to scold children. And when no children are around, we scold people on the internet, okay? Anyway, Nick Fuentes is a far-right commentator and a controversial figure to say the least. But his main topic he covers is Israel, which is an extremely hot topic that many other right-wing commentators seem to not want to touch. And the rare times they do touch it, it's them telling you not to talk about it, questioning why you care so much, or shape-shifting into the woke mob they fought against for so many years, calling you names, calling for you to be censored. What's funny is they didn't care about any of Nick Fuentes' rants on like race or women. They only started caring when his rants on Israel were blowing up. Nick recently did an interview with Tucker Carlson which completely ignited the MAGA civil war that was brewing on the right for some time now. It got so ridiculous that even Chuck Schumer went on the Senate floor and called for a disavowal of Nick Fuentes. Sir, with all due respect, none. Why do politicians need a resolution in the Senate to disagree with a citizen? Hello, I have gathered you all here today to disavow Hitler Bussy 420. People can't afford groceries, Charles. Ben Shapiro, in particular, has spent the last few months extremely confused and angry about Zoran Mamdani and Nick Fuentes becoming popular in the mainstream, all while his numbers continue to drop. I honestly don't think he understands what is happening here, so I am going to explain to you, Ben, what exactly is going on here. The American dream does not exist anymore for most people. Young people followed advice that worked for older generations, and it got them nowhere. Young people are tired of this stale, moldy, old, dead consensus that has dominated American politics for a very long time. The one that dragged us into all these foreign wars and sold us out for some cheap plastic shit from China. Young people are tired of being told to sit down and shut up and pledge allegiance to the free market in a country that seems to not give a shit about them, as well as a foreign country they have absolutely no connection to. For so long, establishment hacks and establishment shills looked at the issues bothering the people and just kind of dismissed them. Can't afford to live where you grew up? Just move. Don't like that the toothpaste is locked behind plexiglass? Just deal with it. Think it's kind of f***ed up how you work 40 hours a week and still can't afford to pay rent? What are you, some kind of communist? You don't like funding a genocide with your tax dollars? What are you, anti-Semitic? If you don't address the issues of the people will gravitate towards those who are addressing those issues. It's not Mamdani's fault he won. It's yours. It's not Nick Fuentes' fault he's popular. It's yours. The tragedy of Ben Shapiro is that he led a life worshipping the free market, only to lose in the free marketplace of ideas. Now, with all this neocon rhetoric coming out of the GOP, are the Democrats going to pick up the populist ball that they are fumbling? Are they actually going to get their shit together? Well, they are trying, because they have written an article called Deciding to Win, where after interviewing over 300,000 American voters from both parties, they may have finally discovered the secret to winning.
To give ourselves the best chance to win, we recommend the following changes to our approach. Democrats need to 1. Focus our messaging on an economic program centered on lowering costs, growing the economy, creating jobs, and expanding the social safety net. 2. Advocate for popular economic policies. Moderate our positions where our agenda is unpopular, including on issues like immigration, public safety, energy production, and some identity and cultural issues.
So basically it took you guys 10 years, millions of dollars, and dozens of Microsoft team meetings to come to the conclusion that everyone has been saying forever. You wasted a decade worshipping at the altar of mentally ill Karens, and now you're acting like, hey, what if we were normal is a groundbreaking political discovery. You. I could have told you all this for free. It is a bad sign that it took you over a decade to come to the same conclusion that my audience has come to like a decade ago. And they're all retarded. Please reflect on this, I beg of you. Also, what do you mean you had unpopular positions on public safety? Like, why would you even say that out loud? Yeah, let's vote for the party that admits it was wrong about the issue of crackheads shanking people in the street. I love this quote from Nancy Pelosi randomly shoved in here.
Winning an election is a decision. You make a decision to win, and then you make every decision in favor of winning.
How deep! How thought-provoking! Thank you, Nancy. What would we do without you? Probably win an election.
Democrats have changed our focus. In comparison with the Democratic Party of 2012, today's Democratic Party is more focused on issues like climate change, democracy, abortion, and identity and cultural concerns, and less focused on the economy and middle class. The table below shows this shift. Through an analysis of the prevalence of selected words in the 2024 Democratic Party platform, in comparison with the 2012 Democratic Party platform.
This whole study is really interesting, but I need you guys to see this chart, because when I first saw this, the scream I screamed. So Democrats since 2012 have increased their rhetoric on race by, sit down, 1,137%. On the gays, 1,044%. Their rhetoric on men has decreased by 51%. It is now negative 51%. On fathers, negative 100%. They just stopped talking about that shit. Veterans, negative 31%. Them. The economy, negative 51%, because nobody cares about that, right? The middle class, 79%, but I guess you can't really talk about something that is disappearing. And jobs, negative 47%. It somehow gets worse. Apparently voters trust Republicans more on the most important issues to them, and trust Democrats the most on the least important issues to them. Like, they literally care the least about LGBT, but trust Democrats the most with it. The most popular Democratic policies among voters are things like lowering drug prices, banning stock trading, expanding Medicare, and raising the minimum wage. While the most unpopular Democratic policies are things like abolishing the police, providing free healthcare to illegal immigrants, and affirmative action. You're telling me this for the first time. Democrats, here is some advice for free. You can't just be MAGA light. Why would people drink Mr. Pibb when Dr. Pepper is right there? You know what I'm saying? You gotta bring something different, something better to the table. And that difference should be working class focused economic populism. I don't just want 2 neocon parties, okay? But all of this is pointless when it's clear the Dems are not changing at all. They're just gonna change their messaging. They're putting pretty wrapping paper and a bow on a big fat smelly turd. There is a chance that the Democrats may win based entirely on Orange Man bad. Again. Which means they might get into office by learning absolutely f***ing nothing. Again. Then the voters will go, oh my god, nothing has changed, and then they'll vote for a Republican. American politics is just a revolving door of villains, isn't it? Rest assured, whoever wins, we lose. If you're actually gonna do this shit, if you're actually gonna do what you're saying in this little article, you better be going whole hog, not just a tip. I'm talking embracing shoesalism. For many years, I have been smeared as many things. Grifter, flip-flopper, fence-sitter, racist, sexist, homophobic, but I am not a grifter, flip-flopper, or a fence-sitter. I'm simply living in 2055. You see, America has been a hyper-capitalist, economically center-right, socially center-left country since about the mid-century. And I know libertarians in my audience are gonna be like, it's not capitalism, it's cronyism. Okay, whatever the f*** you wanna call it, it sucks, okay? So what if instead, and hear me out, what if instead we were a more people-focused, community-focused, working-class-focused, economically left, socially right country? All the data shows more people fall into that quadrant, the populist quadrant, the shoesalist quadrant, if you will, than the current system we are in today. If a shoesalist party existed, it would be incredibly popular, but it doesn't exist. And that's probably by design, honestly. The Social Democrat Party of Denmark has passed many progressive policies that liberals in America would only dream of. Protection from rent hikes, free college and healthcare, carbon taxes, and a very strong welfare system. But the Social Democrat Party also believes in a strict immigration policy. They believe that if immigration is too fast or chaotic, it puts pressure on working class communities, weakens social unity, and makes it harder to maintain their strong welfare system. Wow, what a f***ing grifter Denmark is. I feel like so many people nowadays are like terminally left-right brain to the point where like they look at issues and instead of being like, that solution makes sense to me, I believe that, I agree with that, they instead go, that's the left-wing solution, therefore I will believe in that. And it's so stupid and hyper-partisan and makes absolutely no sense to me, and that's why I think like a lot of left-right brain hyper-partisan people don't understand me or people like me. That's why they call me a centrist or fence-sitter or flip-flopper or whatever. And it's like, no, I'm not a fence-sitter. I have many strong opinions. You just don't like them. And no, I'm not a flip-flopper just because you don't understand the concept of having opinions that don't perfectly fall on the arbitrary, always changing left-right axis that is American circus politics. There's nothing incoherent about my beliefs on paper. None of them contradict one another. I don't understand. She likes free healthcare but doesn't want to chemically castrate children? She believes in workers' rights but wants a stricter border? I don't get it. Like, where is the contradiction? I'm basically just Bernie Sanders before he got his spine surgically removed by the DNC. In conclusion, MAGA and the Republican Party embracing populism is what made them so popular in the first place. But if the Republican Party's answer to all these issues young people are having is, F you, just move, you're not talented, maybe you'll own a home when you're 70 years old, they're doomed. Like,
yeah, so what's interesting is basically, to summarize everything, it's like politicians have always been, despite like they've been divisive and they've they're powerful. They said all these things and blah 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 over the course. There's always been this dynamic of these warring two factions, and if you just pick a side and believe hard enough, one is going to eventually overcome the other. But the evolution of that idea is basically like everybody figured out, in mass, to a certain degree, everybody's figured out that it's bullshit, that, it's a uniparty thing. And so we've all been kind of waiting around for the next idea. And it seems like for the new generation, politics are becoming, like everything that these politicians are saying, everything that they believe, it's becoming irrelevant. Like, and what I mean by that is it's outdated. That's what's crazy, is that like the things that people are saying, they're not, these politicians, they're not encompassing core issues. So like before that, Trump could get on there and he could say, we're gonna take back the country. We're gonna give you jobs, right? And everybody's like, yeah, we're gonna get jobs. Okay, but you're not addressing the core issue of that we send $4 billion to Israel every year. Like, what's that about? Because once you see that, you start going, okay, well, it seems to be like everything is centered around this country. That's kind of odd. And then you keep going with it. And it's just, you know what? I'm not even going to say anything. Fuck it.
They had a small, brief fling with populism and ghosted it. Just pumped and dumped. Like a fat whore they're ashamed of and won't bring out on dates in public.
As I'm editing this, Trump and Mamdani had a meeting together, and it was very interesting.
We were discussing when Bernie Sanders was out of the race, I picked up a lot of his votes, and people had no idea. When he was put out of the race, I think quite unfairly, if you want to know the truth, many of the Bernie Sanders voters voted for me. And I felt very comfortable, frankly, in seeing that and saying that. I would feel very, very comfortable being in New York, and I think much more so after the meeting. We agree on a lot more than I would have thought.
I'm sorry, this is my new favorite problematic Yowie ship. They love each other. Maybe it's not over, folks. Maybe the power of friendship and populism will save us all.
Listen, I want my kids to grow up in a safe and affordable world where they can get jobs and they can start a family and then they can have the same for their kids. And I feel like at the end of the day, that's what most people want, left and right. They just have different ideas on how to get there. It just so happens my ideas happen to be the correct ones, and if you disagree with them, you will be sent to the re-education camp. Do you want one? Do you want a nuggie? Pledge your allegiance to shoesalism and you get a nuggie. So that was that little video. If you liked it, please subscribe for more. And if you want to help support the channel, donate to my Patreon, link down below. All patrons get every single video uncensored a day early. If you can't or don't want to support me on Patreon, that's fine. I don't care. I didn't want you to anyway. Baka. Okay, I will see you guys soon with a fun slop video just in time for Christmas. Bye!
Yeah, basically what I'm trying to say is that for the new generation, it's an entirely new set of ideas that is probably going to lead to nationalism, which, okay, maybe that's not a bad thing, People hear nationalism, they get scared, but it's like, you're in the nation, bro. This is, just become a nationalist. Just be down for America. So that's me. I'm a what is that? I'm a fucking red-blooded American, man. Ooh, there's a little birdie out there chowing down. Hi, little bird. I'm a nationalist. I'm an American isolationist. I don't like doing anything outside of the country. I think we should focus on making our shit really fucking strong. I've always thought this. I always thought, like, if a country started off brand new, what would you do? Like, what would I do? And I wouldn't let anybody in. I would focus everything on being really... Because here's the thing, people hear that and they go, well, what about you? You're not from here. Like, you were let in at one point. Okay, it's like, first of all, everybody was. But second of all, the world has always worked that way. The world has always been about conquering. And people get all upset when they hear, like, somebody got conquered. Like, bro, do you not understand? Everybody was doing that. There is rape and pillage in every single... in all of history, no matter what person, no matter what group of people you're talking about, they've all done it and are currently doing it. Okay? So, in some form or another, they're currently doing it. Slavery, fucking all of it. And so, this is part of being a human being. You just don't get it because you live in a civilized nation, but even that is just a set of ideas that people agreed upon. If here's a good thought experiment. If the electricity went out and then it didn't come back on, if it went out and it didn't come back on 2 months, everybody's killing each other. at the minimum, or is it minimum? Maximum. At the maximum. 2 months and you're eating your neighbor's feet, you're killing your neighbor's children so that you could take their food and give it to your children. People just start graping. The world goes crazy. What I'm trying to say is the civilization is a choice. It's not even real. It's not even like, it's just the fact that everybody's secure for the most part and they can have access to food. That's like, but it's in us to do those horrible things. You would, if you didn't, you're a moron. If you didn't kill your neighbor to steal their food to feed your children in a time of starvation, listen, you could say like you're a good person, sure, and a lot of people didn't do that, right? A lot of people didn't do that. I get it, but at the same time, I do believe to a certain degree that it is mapped out in our nature. It is mapped out in all of nature, not just ours, all of nature. Fucking bears like kill their own, the fucking bears eat their own young. Like and you go, well, that's a lower hominid. Bro, you really think we're any better? Do you really think we're any better than animals? Look at the fucking world. Look at what we do. We bomb children like indiscriminately. We fucking torture and grape and enslave people. We put people in prison. Like people don't even understand how because it's so normal, quote unquote. People don't even understand that like the concept of putting somebody in prison for something like marijuana, right? I hate that word, marijuana, weed or cannabis. Grabbing somebody and throwing them in a cage because they smoked a plant, when alcohol is way fucking worse. Alcohol is way worse. It's like one of the worst things you can one of the worst drugs. And no problem. You could get a fifth of vodka, drink it all right in front of, right in your house, right in front of your grandma. But if you smoke any fucking weed in Kentucky, let's say, I don't even know if the Kentucky laws, but Texas, or maybe not Texas, fucking somewhere in this country, you will go to jail. That is a form of torture. It's torturous on your mind. Getting sent to prison because of something like that. So anyway, the point is, human beings commit atrocities every day, whether we realize it or not, and you are a part of it, whether you realize it or not. And so, fuck, I don't even remember my point. Who cares? I gotta lift this weight. I'm stalling! 7-7. Hit one. I could go two. My legs are fine. It's my back. Nice. Got it all. Yeah, so I'm just following a program today. And it says I gotta lift 285 for 3 sets of 5. 7-7. You know there's no greater feeling than the love of family. 7-7. Okay. What else we got? What else we got on the old YouTube? Nothing, huh? 7-7. I had sex with a bunch of guys. I fucked them all. I don't know. In the butt. 7-7. You know there's no greater feeling than sucking a guy's penis. 7-7. Man, it's all like political stuff, huh? What is this?
If you have ED, you might need to work
the
on
fuck?
your mental
I can't remember the last time I saw an ad.
Your brain releases dopamine.
Shut the fuck up. Look at this guy. He's not a doctor. Get the fuck out. He has not even a doctor's code. That's not even a doctor's code. There's no way this guy's a doctor. Or like maybe he used to be a doctor, but he got disgraced and they took away his license, So at the bottom it's like, the guy in the video is not actually a doctor. 7 heaven.
Is that in the 80s, everybody had money.
Yeah.
Like
There was
not like
yeah.
rich, but like, dude, back then, everybody had money.
So the cost of everything was down and the dollar was up.
I just feel like it was more manageable.
I forgot I'm going to play Hades, huh? It's time because I have long rest times now. 7 heaven. I fucked a dude in his ass, so for the love of a fucking a dude in his ass. 7 heaven. Boop, boop. Alright. Fucking guys. Does this not work? God damn it. Really, dude? Fucking a dude inside of his ass, and then you come on his face and blow, and then dick in his balls, and then you fuck him in his ass, and then... Okay. Where will you go when a dude fucks you in your butt? The answer is home. Okay. Controller. Give me that fucking DualSense, bitch. Still doesn't work. Okay. Ding, zangs with guys. Why isn't it working, bro? DualSense. I'm just gonna start over. Start the program over. Sex with guys. Alright, let's see. Hey, it works! Hell yeah. Alright, let's roll. I got 5 minutes to fucking...
At least my feet are clean.
At least my dick is small. Forgot the power-ups that I have. Wow, this looks so much better on my fucking computer than... What the fuck?
What the?
Fucking dudes. These are always terrible.
Nectar.
Fuckta. Sexta. Having sex.
More shellbacks.
Oops. Why can't I pause that? Oh, there we go. Alright. Time to fucking go. Let's see. Boom. Does this work? No. Living room. Bound in the sides with the eyes. Start up my sauna to get it warmed up. Yeah. I don't know how long it takes to get hot, so okay. We're back. We're black. Get used to it. Okay. Is it? Why isn't it showing? There we go. Hit the... What the fuck are you doing? Oh, fuck the spout. Oh, fuck.
Acceptable.
Dodge chance? No. Whenever you slay a foe, deal more damage to your weapon. What? 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 That's really good.
There's a spring in my step.
Oh, it's the clock is still going down. Fuck. What? Okay. What?
I can't. Out of my sight.
Oh! I forgot to do my rest time. Rushing causes surrounding foes to be struck by lightning bolts. In each encounter, a ethereal font appears in the area. No. Damaging and moves immediately activates Blitz. Man. Do I even have Blitz? No? Like, what the fuck? In each encounter... These are terrible, bro. Whatever. These are all fucking terrible.
She stops to cast that dreaded lure again.
Cool.
No escape. I caught a gutter pop.
Me likey.
How did you get so? Oh, the hair, the lips, the eyes. Those eyes.
Some
man.
seeds.
Don't worry, man.
Some cocks.
They're always.
That's pretty good. No. I'll take that.
Thanks for coming by.
Thanks for having sex. Man, the moon one sucks.
Out of shells.
Hello? Oh, I do have, whoops. Bro, what? Oh. I don't care. I don't care. These are all terrible. I don't give a shit.
Thus you have risen.
Thus I'm gay. Whenever you take it, okay, fine. I'm gay. That's fine. I don't care. Brother. How many shells?
Limestone.
I don't have any fucking money, bro. Sure, I'll take that. Fuck it. Alright. Time to lose. Oh, wait, I gotta... Yeah, we're good. Time to go. Last set. Let's go. Turn this off. Alright. Safety bar. I'm gonna log all my shit. Rest. Okay. Next up, Bulgarians. Barbell Bulgarians. Today I'm supposed to do 135. 135 pounds. Okay, how do I do that? 55 plus 33 plus 33. Yeah. Okay, so 33s and then... Forgot to switch this, huh? Okay. Let's listen to good old Sam while we
Yeah. Like there weren't people operating with 1 month's rent or less.
Yeah.
Everybody, nobody. I think the last time I polled anybody was at a stand-up show, and I said raise your hand if you have more than $1,000.
Oh no!
You got one?
Not a lot of people raising their hand. Yeah.
I've heard stuff like that. I can't. I mean, bastards.
I think even people with jobs and shit have less than a month's rent sometimes in their account.
Living check to check.
Yeah.
Sad. I mean, it is just genuinely expensive.
You could just say it's stupidity, but
no, I don't. Well, I'm not saying that to denigrate them or say it's their fault. I'm just saying it's like a. I mean, it's like a fucking multifaceted problem that you could spend hours picking apart, but it's just the time that we live in is like
it requires a lot more resourcefulness, and we just don't have it, bro.
You can what?
You can buy quick, like
you can get finance for stuff.
Just you want Amazon, bang, like you want this, bang, convenience stores, bang, like the speed of transactions,
the speed of everything, the speed of transactions. Yeah, it's like ADHD. What are you seeing there?
So much magnesium, so much calcium.
Getting charged up.
This is the best one of the best ones you can get.
I do love that. Yeah.
Sorry.
Oh,
just
good.
wanted to tell you. Yeah, no, the magnesium that you need. Oh God.
I'll be drinking.
If you have an extra, I'll buy one from you.
It's just the cultural spending, just the way we do it, just the way your average person does it, and then the pirating of like you go to a ball game or you do X, Y, or Z, and it was just such less of a toll money wise, like.
What is it? A $700 night if you go now? Whatever it is. What was it then?
Yeah,
$60.
$100, and it was like you're at a Patriots game, living. You go to a Patriots game now. Tickets are a fucking $1.50, $200.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, bring your own beer. Pretty much live like it's just I don't know, just dangerous. You drink.
Quality of life is going fucking down.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I think what's gonna happen is there's gonna be like a. I don't know if you guys remember this, when things went like, fuck it, it's going down anyway.
93 pounds.
Time to drink a lot. In like 08, 7, 8, I remember this kind of.
When it hit, when the Bernanke crew hit.
Yeah.
Oh.
People were just like, nah, I'm not gonna do the house thing or all that bullshit.
I'm walking away.
I'm gonna do drink. Fuck you. I do want a street bike. Yeah, I do.
Realtor to Realtor.
Yeah, like you're just like people just. I think they just culturally they revert. They go back and forth, and you can kind of pick yourself up in like a 10-year period. But you're gonna get people that are just like people will give up on the practical.
Fuck.
I don't know. The younger kids is gonna be a handful, and they go.
They say they're not drinking.
What?
I don't know if it's
they're not.
propaganda, but they say that the new generation, whatever the Zimmers or Rimmers, whatever they're called, they're not drinking a lot.
Yeah.
Is it fake? Is it to coerce people to do drugs instead, or is it truth? What does it even matter?
I think they're not drinking.
They're not drinking.
They're totally different.
I think they will though.
Reject who are the Zoomers? Who are their parents? Are their parents Gen Xers?
They're me.
Millennials?
It could be like late millennials. Yeah.
What generation are the parents of Zoomers? Is it early millennials?
Primarily Gen X.
Gen X, yeah.
Probably the older millennial.
And Gen X were what, like savvy coffee shop hippies? What's the Gen X?
65 to 80.
Type in what are the characteristics of the Gen X cohort?
It's gonna be like
independent, resourceful, adaptable, and pragmatic.
Wow.
Yeah,
it's a nice litany.
Right.
That sounds like a real thing.
People
no bad sides though, huh?
The most.
Work-life balance.
True dumbest, worst.
Value and personal freedom.
That's what they want to be, but
dumbest generation.
Personal
but what is
computing.
what
they
is
say is the
actually
greatest
unfolding?
generation was the worst generation.
Tech savvy or entrepreneurial spirit, direct and collaborative.
Tech savvy, my ass.
This all sounds like Sounds like slop.
Most people gave up on computers in like 1999.
Sad.
I think they know.
But the question
What am I
would be,
doing, Crocs?
what are the
God damn it.
characteristics of Gen X parents that millennials would be like reversing? Like they would be doing the opposite of their parents, I guess.
Maybe drinking, yeah.
Probably drinking, yeah.
I think that's the drunkest generation.
You think so?
The 54-year-old man is like the stubborn, drop out of high school, made it anyway, really good access to upward growth. Like you bought any house that made money.
Mm-hmm.
Like born in like 75 is your average 74.
God damn it.
That'd put you at like
This is all
30
fucked.
would be 2000. I mean, coming into it, a lot of people who bought houses in 08, like, look at me now. And I don't know, I sold a lot of cars to people. They're really not. The best ones are the older ones, the ones that are a little older than that, like the
6 on each side.
55 plus.
5 on each side.
And the 40 down. Like those, I really have a fucking general problem with the 44 to 54-year-old guy.
Yeah.
Like Pantera guy.
It's hard to think of a cool one.
Like, yeah. Like, it's like the David Cross type of guy.
Yeah.
The know-it-all. Like, you don't get it.
Know-it-all. That rings true as a Gen X thing. Know-it-all.
Know-it-all.
Like 90s Kurt Loder.
3 minutes.
I know how Iraq works. That's what a Gen Xer is.
Like a bouncer of a club that knew Tool early on. He's like, nah, you don't get it. And he's like a fat guy with a Fu Manchu beard on.
Gen Xers are in the know.
Oh,
that's what they are.
There's Maynard. There's both of the biggest know-it-all guys in history.
Highest growth of atheism.
Those are the two right there.
The David Cross meme is so funny.
Have you seen it? That thing's gonna be going for the next 1,000 years.
Hell,
The first one I saw is the face your history teacher looks when you interrupt him flirting with girls.
Click images, Chris. I want to see all.
Where is its origin?
It's just someone took that picture of him. Yeah, there you go.
Yes.
The look white people give you when you doubt Ralph is the GOAT. Come on, we need more. I need more of these. I need to see more of the David Cross meme. It's satisfying and funny to me.
Mm-hmm.
There seems to be a lot of post office ones.
It's like male Janine Garofalo, you know.
Okay, Daria.
Yeah,
a bunch of Darias.
Yeah.
Sardonic, cool, too cool to be happy.
Atheism, Rage Against the Machine, know-it-all types.
They got hit hard with like Ricky Gervais type shit.
Yeah, and he was you'd be lucky for us to call you Ricky Gervais type.
You're better off getting hit hard by Ricky O. That's the best hit you can get, man.
Oh man, David Cross is so funny.
He's like the David Cross show is the best. Wasn't it really good? I never. I think I avoided it because it was too good.
The show was good, and his shit is so funny because he's such a transparentently hateful little Jew.
Okay.
That it's actually mad funny.
Yeah, it's good as hell.
Like he'll be talking about like just something so sociopathic and fucked up and neurotic, like hating a child for having ice cream or something. And you'll just be watching like, you fucking yo. He is really funny.
Yeah, the unfortunate reality is he does like, I think he gets it a lot.
Yeah.
But he is funnier than his cohorts.
Shit.
For
he's
sure, yeah.
really bitter. He doesn't have a big fucking house.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
And he doesn't have a nice
Spill water on the floor.
You can say you don't give a fuck about it, but trust me, when you watch like Tim Dillon drive by you in a fucking Rolls Royce, you're like, fuck that guy. He's saying.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, why did I stay in Fred Armisen's lane and listen to like?
Is that what you?
I listen to the Toadies too much, or I was hanging out with.
Do you wanna die?
I was listening to Frank. I was hanging out with Frank Black.
Yeah.
Wow,
he was around for the entire.
Yeah.
the entire thing, like all of comedy that we know.
Yeah.
The whole, like...
He presided over it.
He presided over it, 90s, 2000s.
Yeah.
And he doesn't have $100 million.
Fuck.
Which, I mean, that's a crazy thing to say, to diss somebody for, but, like, if you're at the top of an industry for a decade or 2 decades...
you weren't able to extract.
You should have done something other than, like, hang out with Jane's Addiction or whatever the fuck.
Did he do stupid shit like that?
I think he was cool.
What do I know?
His stand-up special though, or he did something in a stand-up special. I can't remember what it was. I remember going, "Fuck, that's a really good idea." It was like
his really fun. Was it when he brought people on stage to do a script?
Yeah, probably.
gotta
Or
get
it
in
was
there.
him
He's gotta
talking to
attack
someone in
the
the
problem.
audience, or he had
Do
someone
it.
interrupt him or something.
His special's funny. His shit is funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And in the show that he did first he did it with Bob Odenkirk.
Yeah.
Was my memory.
Was that Mr. Show?
Mr.
Oh,
Show.
that's what it is. It's not David Cross Show. That's Mr. Show. Okay.
Yeah. Anyway,
I just know. I know it's so good. I just know it. But I'll just have to say, just because of Maynard, Keenan was on there, there came a point in my life where I swore, and even to this day, I never have. I was like, ugh, I'll never watch an interview with him until the day I fucking die. Not a fucking, you'd have to have a fucking gun up my asshole for me to even listen to the fucking guy's voice. I'm serious.
I don't think you're wrong, because it'll ruin everything.
Because I've loved Tool my whole life. It's one of those things, but I have a healthy hatred for Tool because it's just songs about being fucking ass and shit like that. So I'm like, I know it's unclean music, but I still, I'm an unclean man. I never pretended to be otherwise. But just considering how, well, I don't know the word for it. Maynard is, I just can't tolerate him, not even for a half a second.
Oh man, that's awesome. That's fucking awesome.
I'm their biggest fan.
Yeah. No, that's,
yeah.
I totally get what you're saying with that, like Maynard.
No, thanks.
Yeah. Fuck.
It's true. And I like it when it goes the other way, when you're like, oh no, he's kind of a good guy. Like you see like Chino Moreno. And
Oh,
you're like,
yeah, people love him.
Yeah, he's like interesting.
Yeah.
And then you see like Maynard, and you're like, oh,
You're puking in the
hanging
bathroom, brushing your teeth.
He's hanging out with Eric Wareheim and shit.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah, he's a comedian. He's like, bro, he's got the hat on. He's got a vineyard. Like, bro, this was his life. I write songs about getting ass when you were a kid, like whatever he would sound like. That's just what I would guess.
Damn.
Yeah.
I mean, hey, anyway, they can write whatever the fuck they want.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
You just gotta say it.
I just gotta say, I'm a big Tool fan. Someone's gotta fucking say it. Keep that guy away from me.
Caduceus? What does that fucking name mean?
That's the double. Is that the double serpent rod, or is it the single serpent? One is like sort of pharmacology. The other one is perhaps Asclepios or Moses and Aaron. It's I don't.
Stuff is just asinine.
Yeah, it's like, what the fuck is the point? You gotta devote your fucking life to even know one single thing about something like this. Someone asked me about something like this. Fuck you.
Oof.
You could just make it up and you'd be close to it. So just make it up.
Yeah,
It's like the dollar sign, the S and the 2 bars through it. That's a dollar sign right there. So it's very woven into our little system here, but who gives a fuck?
Fucking assholes.
Yeah, it's ass is what it is.
It's like X-Files. It might as well be X-Files.
Yep.
And I was watching, we'll get to that, but can you type in how to pronounce Caduceus?
Caduceus?
Caduceus. It's Greek. Caduceus.
There's a mouth too.
How do you pronounce? Does the mouth move? Does it move
Yeah,
again?
That's awesome.
I just had my mic off.
That's
That's a stupid drawing.
That's
too.
unreal.
That's like remarkably stupid.
It's a fucking cadaver in an icebox.
Caduceus.
Yeah, it's a. I don't know what it refers to. It goes back.
Are you wearing 7 layers and still freezing your man nipples? You need the new 340 GSM military-grade bearskin hoodie to get comfortable in the wild. It's the ultimate 10-pocket tactical hoodie.
Smoke, and this podcast gives people the idea that I smoke because I smoke during the podcast to give me energy to tell the truth.
Right, yeah.
Marlboro Lights, they're not just for Asians, but Asians love them. Asians love a light cigarette because they're responsible. Now, know where you can get fucked up and act like a pig, and know where you have to be a person. One of my best friends was named Joe Munster. Joe Munster had the funnest house, and his parents are my good friends. When I graduated school, I bought a house. It was rapidly foreclosed on, and I became a regular at several local gin mills in my town, and began to the process of throwing my life away by becoming a degenerate alcoholic, a thief, a liar. And his parents are two of my best friends. I love them so much. They're amazing fucking people. His house was a house where you could kind of let it all out, be wild, be crazy. But if you went to my friend Maeve's house, her parents were rich, so you have to behave. Don't vomit all over the house with the nice carpet. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
There are houses where you can let it all hang out, and then there are houses and people where you have to be a little more guarded. Don't always be 100% of yourself. No one wants that. No one needs that. Know who wants what when. I could go to my friend Joe's house at 3 a.m, drunk, having just hit a car, asking to be hid from the police. And his parents were not only happy to see me, they would provide me a meal. Not everyone's like that. Not everyone's like that when you're hiding in the attic because you just hit and ran someone. Not everyone's going to come up with a bowl of seafood gumbo. Many people are going to tell you to leave.
Right.
So you got to know, where should I go? You got to figure that out. You know, did you have a friend or like a house where you could hang out and have fun and just go crazy and nobody would worry?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, there was where we watched porn, and we knew we had a room that they never checked on us, the parents, and you could just wake up in the middle of the night and go make food in the kitchen, be loud.
Yes,
and they
you
just
could
didn't
do
care.
whatever you want,
Yeah.
and no one would care, and you could just abuse people, and they would abuse you, and that's a beautiful fucking thing.
Yeah, it really
Okay?
is.
It's a beautiful thing, and it needs to happen. You need to have those situations where you exchange abuse. And then there are places where you have to look a little nicer, put it together, don't look like a slob. You got to be able to kind of judge where you're at.
You got to pick your spots.
Got to pick your
Kind of
spots.
mentally put on a suit and tie.
Absolutely. Great way to say it. Let's talk about some potential personalities for the kids. Personality number 1 you can choose, Barstool Sports, which means that you're just a bro.
Yeah.
You're kind of racist, but not really. You're just a bro. You just want to watch sports, talk about sports, maybe get your dick sucked. You don't really offer anything, but every now and then you have tender moments, and you'll let your straight friend see your penis, or you'll let your gay friend who doesn't know he's gay yet see your dick.
Oh, okay.
That's important for whoever that kid is.
Yeah.
You can have tender moments, but you're a bro, but you have a big heart. You like family. You want people coming over to your house. You want to go to their houses. You like surrogate families.
Right.
Barstool Sports. Great personality.
You wear boat shoes, salmon shorts.
Boat shoes, salmon shorts. The world thinks you're a rapist, but you're not. You can barely pull your little wink out in front of a girl. The world thinks you're running everything, but you're really not. You're more scared than anybody else is out there.
Yeah.
But you cover it up with bravado and whatever. It's Barstool Sports.
Yeah.
Now, that personality in your 30s is horrendous, and many people still have it. Saturdays are for the boys. No, they're not for the boys. They're for job interviews. Clean your life up. Save your life. Okay? Nothing's for the boys. You're uploading this from your fucking mother's house.
Right.
Barstool Sports. Weed. Next personality. Weed. You love weed. You love skating. You love snowboarding. You're a weed person. That's what you do. Maybe you sell weed. Maybe you know how to get the best weed. That's what gets you into all the things, because you love weed. Now you talk about that you're going to start your own weed startup and weed company, and you love weed, and that's all you talk about, and you just smoke weed, and it is what it is. And you're a skinny kid. You have a big dick, and you love fettuccine Alfredo, and you love weed. That's it.
Just having weed on you will get you in so many circles.
You need to have weed on you all the time if weed is going to be your personality. Your car always smells like weed. You bake every single morning. People bake with you. They think it's funny. They think you're a disaster, but they don't really tell you to your face. They're scared for what's going to happen to you. And you will destroy your life 2 years out of high school. That being said, who gives a fuck? We're only talking about those 4 golden years.
Yeah, exactly.
It'll get you into the good parties. It'll be fun. You're a bacon, egg, and cheese guy. You like getting high. It's 2 a.m. at Taco Bell. You're a lot of fucking fun. Maybe you're a gamer and everyone smokes weed and you're on Twitch and whatever. 4 people are giving you $3 and whatever. It's fun. It is what it is, okay? Nazi gamer is the next personality. You're a Nazi and a gamer. You're a race realist. You believe in the JQ. You are hardcore red pilled. And I mean, you throw back the pills with abandon. You're into fitness because you're ready to fight a race war. Your name online is like Nordic Warrior 1488 or something like that. You know what I mean? You're hardcore into it. You know, all of this is because some chick wouldn't fuck you. You decided to read 15 books about the shape of skulls because you couldn't get laid. But that's a personality and stick to it. Here's another personality, guy who talks about war crimes at a party. That's the other side, black bloc. You want to be an Antifa, but you don't know where they meet up. You wear black all the time. You want to just throw a rock at a Proud Boy, but you can't find one because you live in a fucking New England town and everybody kind of agrees with you. In fact, you hate neoliberals more than anything. You rail against centrists and boomers and everybody that fucked the whole world up, even though you'd fuck it up too if you had any fucking goddamn chance at it, which you probably won't because thankfully climate change will ravage the earth before you get a chance to show what a fucking incompetent pussy you really are. It's the other side of Nazi gamer. You're actually friends with a Nazi gamer, even though you don't really like each other. You think the other one's abhorrent, but you would probably like to fuck hardcore one day, and it might happen. Who knows?
Right.
But you both are not too good with women. You're just the other side of it. You bury yourself in books or whatever. Some people are impressed by your knowledge and the fact that you use big words, but it's all concealing that you have roiling rage and inner turmoil inside because your mother's never looked at you the way she's looked at wine. Another personality, missing person. Missing person is the type of personality you cannot go to school a lot. When you go to school, you have to sit absolutely silently in the back of the room, and in the middle of a class, you just start screaming. Ah! Then you run out and you disappear for 2 weeks. Then you're back. Then you're gone. Then you're back. Then you're gone. Nobody knows where you are. Is the state taking control of you? Nobody knows, but you're all over the place and you're nowhere. Are you a runaway? Did you escape from a pedophile cult? Are you trying to get into a pedophile cult? You're a missing person. Nobody knows your deal and you can't let them because you're bland and nobody gives a shit, but you disguise it by being this kind of chaotic ball of crazy. Missing person. Mm-hmm. Fat girl with a clean car. We've gone through this. You're fat, but you have a tight ponytail. You have an immaculate car. You drive everyone to every party. You say very little. You love smoking a lot of weed, and you never eat in front of people, but at the end of the night, you go park your car and you deep throat an entire fucking pizza. You are the fat girl with the clean car. You are a fucking American legend. Okay? You do not say much. You do not talk. You are there to be, you're a bus driver, essentially. You have a car. It's usually a mid-size SUV, little truck, things like that. Could be a little coupe or whatever. You'll pack 4 or 5 thin people into it. Doesn't matter. You always stay sober enough to drive. That's what you bring to the table. Don't start getting fucked up now. And if you get too fucked up to drive, you have to let somebody else drive your car. And it doesn't matter whether they have a license or not. You are the fat girl with the clean car. You're here to save the fucking day. Okay? But don't ever have an opinion or say anything. It'll be greeted with weirdness. You speak in 3 to 4 word things, usually about traffic. Oh, there's a fucking accident here. Then you're done for the night. And you're done for the night.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah, don't provide too much.
Fat girl with the clean car. Insanely gay person. You are insanely gay. You are the gayest person ever. You are made of literal cum. You are gay and you want everyone to know you're gay and you'll suck them off. You're going to fuck a lot of hot straight guys doing this, okay? You're a lot better looking than me. You have a six-pack. You're a dancer, and you can fuck a lot of straight guys in the bathroom when they're not looking. You're part of the theater crew, but not really, because you really want to suck off a football player, because who wants to fuck another fucking guy that you've been dancing around with all day? So you're the insanely gay person. You put it out there. And the football guys, they're kind of disgusted by you, but some of them, you know, if their girlfriend wasn't around and if it was late enough at night, would probably let you swallow their hog, you know? And it's very important that you're an insanely gay person, obnoxiously gay, over the top. You've got 15 pride flags on you at all times. You're throwing them at people. You're the insanely gay person. White guy who wants to be black or who thinks he is black. If you come from the Northeast, these are Jews who think they're Italian who want to be black. You say things like, yo, man, and son, and somehow you get away with it. You hang out with the black kids, but then you also hang out with the white kids every now and then. You've been accepted. You're usually rich. You love black culture. You love rap music. You love everything black. You look at your own skin and you wish you could fucking take a potato peeler and just skin yourself every night and wake up and be a glorious Nubian god, but you can't. It's not what it is. You don't have that big black dick. You've got a, respectable Jewish pecker, but you love black people. That's the way it is. And there's nothing wrong with that. Should you be more comfortable in your own skin? Perhaps. I'm not here to judge. That's your personality. Stick to it. Okay? That's who you're going to be.
Yeah. That's a common one.
That's a common one. And it does very well. It does very well. Whore who fights. You're a whore and you're always fighting. You have two best friends and you fight them every day. Physically, over the phone, you're just fighting or fucking. You exist in one of two states, fighting or fucking. You're either fucking 3 guys at a party or you're fighting 6 girls in a park. Either way, that's who you are. Your drama, you bring it to the table. You wish you were Puerto Rican, but you're just Italian. Right. You want to be one of those city tough girls, but you're not. Okay? You had some weird shit with your uncle early on. You didn't process that. So you just want to fight everybody you see. You've punched your boyfriend in the face and then had the best sex afterwards when you choked the shit out of each other. You've probably fucked a teacher, and if not, you should.
You've posted an ad on Backpage here or there,
Yeah. You're 17, but you're on seeking arrangements. And if a few businessmen want to buy you some dinner and throw you some money for shoes, who the fuck are you to judge? It doesn't matter. You're a fighter and you're a fucker. That's what you are. Maybe your name's like Angela or something. You like to throw the fuck down. What did you say to me? You're always ready to fight. Anything so people don't get inside of you and see who you really are, which is a scared little girl, a scared and traumatized little girl. But you're not going to be Billie Eilish and have a bunch of candles lit and go, and make millions of dollars. You're going to fight or you're going to fuck. That's who you are.
Yeah.
Fat girl who doesn't know she's fat. This is big. You have no idea you're fat. You hang out with all the popular girls. You wonder why their boyfriends aren't fucking you. You're genuinely stunned. You're perplexed that you are not getting more play. You have no idea why this is happening. You're fun. You kid around with everybody. Everybody loves you. You're everybody's little sister. Somebody fucks you once when they're really loaded and you make it out to be more than it really is. You don't know that you're a chubbo, but you kind of own it. And then you also kind of don't own it. And then when it comes to prom, you really try to doll it up. Those girls really go crazy at prom because they think one dress is going to cover up what they've been doing for the last fucking 4 years.
Yeah.
The fat girl has no idea she's fat. The fat guy who talks about pussy all the time, but never gets it and wouldn't know what to do if he did get it. You're a fat guy and you just want to fuck chicks. Your best friends are hot guys that fuck girls all the time. You're on the football team. You're decent at it, but nobody wants to touch you. You're very angry. You drink all the time. You love fighting because it's a way that you can show that you have some value on this fucking planet. Nobody really calls you to hang out, but they like having you around when it's a big party because you're just a big lug. You're hammered and all you care about is pussy. You'll be like, oh, any fucking pussy there? You'll pretend and not want to go someplace. If somebody calls you, you're like, oh, any girls there? But you don't give a shit. You know if there were girls there, they're not fucking taking your dick out of your fucking dough body pants.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen. But you tell everybody, hey, I just want to make sure there's enough bitches there before I show up. Fuck you. But that's an important archetype of person. Kid whose mother's a teacher, who's kind of a goody two-shoes, but lets it all out with one party or two parties, and he vomits the whole time because this is the first time. It's usually senior year. He's letting himself loose, and he's got a girlfriend. He'll keep her for 4 years. He kind of goes to the popular parties for 15 minutes. Nobody remembers him. Maybe he's class president. Maybe he's in the student government. Maybe he's somebody like that, whatever. And every now and then he'll get really, really hammered and vomit all over the place. But he knows he's an establishment guy. He's a Fallon. He's a whatever. He's got the right opinions in the right package, you know?
Yeah.
You know?
Talks to the teacher after class a lot.
Yes.
Yeah.
Lesbian who works a lot of jobs and lets everyone know how hard she works. Could be a catering hall, could be a restaurant, but she's always working. And she's always working, and she wants everyone to know how hard she works and how much responsibility her job gives her. It's a great way to not take stock of where she is in the whole social fabric of everything. Usually it's a lesbian, and she's working. She's been working since she's 4 years old, and she'll claim that she's managing some thing or whatever. These are the personalities, some of the personalities. There's an innumerable amount of personalities. There's not an innumerable amount of genders, although that's not a bad idea. If you're a bland white chick, you could just dye your hair green and you say, I'm they, them. My new name is, Astrid or whatever. You know, you look up some constellation, name yourself after that. You're now a new person. And,
With AI,
You can create any character you want in seconds.
This used to require huge Hollywood budgets, complex software, in tons of time.
But right now, all you need is a laptop
and knowledge of the best AI tools.
It'll cost you practically nothing, and it doesn't require a subscription.
in just 2 days, I'll show you how to unlock the most advanced AI filmmaking tools without paying a cent in overpriced subscriptions. You'll learn how to create scroll-stopping videos that rack up millions of views, make profitable online ads that blow up your brand, turn any idea into a cinematic short film that looks like it belongs in Hollywood. But you won't only learn about AI filmmaking in this course. I'll also show you how to create viral thumbnails with AI.
That entire fucking time, I was, my shit wasn't even working. God damn it. I was lifting, I did Bulgarians, I did fucking, God.
I wanted to literally throw my iced coffee in Decker.
There's some kid that emails me that says he's in Eric Andre's circle, and he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna mess with him for you." Their whole existence is being a piece of shit.
I hate Ethan Klein. I can't even watch him. Didn't he used to make videos, and now he just does celebrity gossip? Is that his deal?
He does. Yeah.
Who the fuck gets to do that?
I mean, it's what his. I think he just kind of let himself sort of.
It's
fill the hole that his audience was looking for. He's doing the thing that makes the most sense viewership wise.
Well, it's when kids hit me up and ask me "Hey, dude," and they want me to talk shit about someone or something.
Which is smart if you don't care about what you're doing, I guess.
Yeah. I feel like I want to talk to you about Eric Andre. And
yeah,
shit.
yeah.
Yeah, cool.
People, I get that too. Yeah. Did you hear about Tim Heidecker?
Oh, well, yeah, I heard about him.
Nick, you gotta see this. You gotta see this thing. I was talking.
I hit him up.
Tim Heidecker.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, man. You should talk about it.
Oh yeah. Cool.
Are you gonna?
Yep.
If you do, make sure you use tell him I told you.
Oh, okay. Yo, and then they said it on the podcast.
Okay, the image in the post is a digitally rendered model of a eukaryotic cell designed as an interactive scientific learning tool. Extremely misleading to suggest that as an image of a real human cell as it would exist in its natural state.
So we've been being lied to by our science teachers?
Yes, but nevertheless, kind of fascinating. There was a Facebook post and all the comments were this is proof that God doesn't exist because if it were designed, it would be so much simpler. Shit like that.
Really?
Yeah.
Where there would just be Bibles on one side and then the cell stuff on the other side?
Yeah.
What the fuck is that
Can you scroll up? Humanity is just a 90s cinema carpet pattern. Can you imagine saying something that
European?
Faced with something, I mean it's a computer rendering, but faced with something so breathtaking and you say humanity is just a 90s cinema carpet pattern? That would be if you told me that you were having a kid or something and I was well, kids are like peanuts that come from a peanut bush. They fall off onto the ground. So good luck with that. Can you imagine saying something so immense, and you're saying, and you're what you say is, Yeah, well, it looks like the telephone booth from Doctor Who. Source. I've watched thousands of science fiction films and TV shows. That's my source.
I've
seen this thousands of times in cinema and entertainment. That's my source, Nick. There's some kid that says he infiltrated Eric Andre's like camp. You got that email?
No.
There's some kid that emails me that says he's like in Eric Andre's like circle.
Yeah.
And he's like, "Yo, I'm gonna mess with him for you."
What? Why?
He says shit like that.
Eric Andre is nice.
I just didn't reply.
I met Eric Andre. He's a nice guy. I met him twice. He's a great guy. And he's funny as shit too. I hope when he fucks with him, Eric Andre instantly knows what he's doing and clowns the shit out of him. He's like, fucking fat. I hope he like gives him bad drugs and the kid dies.
No, don't say that.
I don't care, man. That's like the gayest shit in the world.
I know.
Dude, I got to tell you about this today, and that made me think about this. I go to breakfast at Julian's today, and I sit down, and there's a chunky Filipino lady who's probably like, she's Filipino, has to be, whatever. She looks like Tim Johnson's ex-girlfriend. I see her. She's sitting next to like a handsome Dan, realtor-looking guy. Full head of hair, like a Joe Q looking motherfucker. And I'm like, wow, that's a weird fucking pairing. She's like 40, kind of frumpy. He looks like he fucks, like supermodel kind of chicks. And I'm like, oh, anyway. I sit at the bar. I order my fucking omelet. And he leaves. She's still there. And she's like, how's your day going? And I'm like, oh, it's getting there. And she's like, what? And I'm like, it's getting there. It's just, I don't know, something I say. And she's like, oh, because I look, she has a glass of wine. And then when she said, what? I could smell the fucking alcohol in her breath. She was hammered. 11 o'clock in the morning. And I'm talking like, she's like 12 deep. Or like 15. She smells like a fucking booze hound. And she's got like jewelry on. She's not a homeless person. She's like, yeah, I have kids. Do you have kids? And I was like, yeah, I have 2 daughters. What? Everything I say, what? I'm like, cool, a deaf, drunk Filipino lady at the bar at 11 when I'm not in a good mood. So you probably think I'm awful, don't you? And I was like, no, I mean, I get it. You probably just, maybe the kids are away and you got your time to cut loose. What? Again, I'm like, wow, this is fun. I'm like, oh, that's that. So I just turned around. She goes, I literally said, that's that. And then Chris was texting about like hotels for Texas. I was like, all right, that's good. Yeah, Chris. And I was like jumping on the phone with like Chris. She's like, do you change diapers? And I was like, nope, I don't change diapers. My wife does it. And she's like, you don't change diapers? And then it went to like villain, like I was a villain for not changing diapers. And I was like, oh, great. I just like pissed her off big time. Now I have this like drunk karate walk on the side of me. Like steamed. She's like, how do you not change diapers? And I was like, what the fuck do I say? I have a nanny. Oh, what are you, rich? Yes. I didn't know what to say to make her stop because I was like, yes, I'm very rich. I realize I'm dealing with like a drunk carny. You know what I mean? I'm like, oh, God. Oh. Now she's like breathing. She's like the vapors coming off. I'm like, what the fuck is going on here? Like, this is a fucking nightmare. She opens up her phone. She's playing Bubble Blast.
Nice.
Slowly, like not well, hammered. Then she lost her Uber. And I was like, wow. I hate when people say what. Like saying it twice. What? I hate that. I want to be like, just throw my iced coffee out and like, there. That's what. You fucking bitch. Like, that's like, how annoying is that? And then like people are like, what? I can't hear. I'm like, then fucking get a handicap tag and hang out with retards all day. Like, you fucking nuisance. What? Anybody who has a hearing impairment, I'm sorry, but like, fuck you. Stand really close and prepare for it or something. Making people talk twice. Chris, say something.
Hey, Nick, what's up?
What?
Yeah, that is the worst.
Do you know how stupid you feel saying, hey, Nick's what's up the second time?
Yeah. What's up? What's up? I'm just saying, what's up?
Oh, nothing. Just hanging out. Where are you going to tomorrow?
New York.
Where?
New York City.
Oh, New York City. What? I get to waste twice as much time on small talk, you fucking deaf prick. Oh, I was so fucking mad. I wanted to literally like throw my iced coffee and deck her before like you splash her and then you punch her before she can wipe the coffee out of her face. Like I punch her hands.
I have a mail filter for Proton Mail that just deletes anyone that emails Com98 Client Pleasure from Proton Mail. Just gets deleted. Yeah. Because it's f***ing always
some psychotic ass message. I know it. I know if someone's emailing me from a Proton Mail account, they've got an idea to fucking start a right-wing Twitter competitor. Yeah. And they need my help. There's this little silly Billy. He's been messaging Harley too. And I was like, Harley, we gotta make a documentary about this guy. Yeah. We absolutely gotta make this guy into a star. Here's the issue with this. It's people who they see the Sam Hyde memes and they're like, oh, Sam Hyde's the GOAT he's the shooter of Kiev. I bet I'll have to impress him. I'll tell him that I'm a hacker for the NSA. The shooter of Kiev. These tech fantasies. That's what kills me. It's the tech fantasies. Yeah. Where they're like, hey, Sam, I've got some crazy information about the and red pilling, but you have to download Telegram. I've been told to download Telegram or Signal probably 150 times. Probably 150 times for nothing. And the most anyone's ever and it's because they want to give me info. Like, you could I don't know what to do with this info. They're chasing me, but you should do a video about, because I have insider info. John McAfee's crazy. That's the type of shit that I got. That they make me download Signal to get. You got to download Signal right away. I have some serious piece of information, Illuminati level stuff, man. Download Signal. I did it one time years ago to see what this kid was about. Yeah. Well, I have insider news that John McAfee's crazy. Don't tell anyone I told you this. Don't tell anyone you got this from me.
The thing that's the most upsetting about 9-to-5 jobs is that, I don't know how to explain it without imitating the joke. It would be like if you showed up at work and I was making some joke and I was like, hey buddy, have some trash. And doing that jokes, taking a joke like that, dragging fingernails across a chalkboard and repeating that over and over again. There's people that float around these regular office jobs who's
they think they're being endearing.
Their whole existence is being a piece of shit, and they think they're charming or something.
Yeah, I know people a lot.
People who has anyone ever punched you as a joke?
Yeah.
And be boop.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Dude, I hate that shit so much. Earlier when you were eating and I was like, you okay? Hey, you want some of this?
That was that's a good example. Yeah.
I was like, my bad.
That's okay, but that's a good example.
Being really annoying on purpose.
But even that specifically, if you're people who are obviously having a bad time and someone comes up and is like, you okay, bud? You okay? You can talk to me about anything. That's being like that, you know what I mean? That type of person is rampant at a regular office job, which is why if there's ever any news article about offices getting shot up, you shouldn't feel bad.
There's not enough of those.
There's not enough of them.
I remember my old boss at the fucking desk job I had. That guy needs to fucking die. He would go to shake my hand real quick. Shake my hand. He'd do shit like this. He'd tickle my palm. And he would come up to me and poke me and shit. And oh my god, I fucking hated that guy, dude. That guy was a fucking piece of shit. Every day I was like, yo, don't fucking touch me, dude. You stop fucking touching me. He thought it was funny and nobody liked him, and it was just like that.
Yeah, I think I'm a strong believer. I believe that you really have to be ready to physically abuse people at all times. You have to you have to fucking be ready to do that. At the when I sold cars, there was one guy. There's a ton of people like this. It was wanting to be in the Marine Corps on the C-30, C5, whatever those fucking welfare. It's fucking gay guys soaping each other up on a boat and then whatever those little fucking do. Marines,
merchant Marines.
But being on a fucking plane. And being like, hey, you're an asshole, but you're my kind of asshole. With the Great War stuff. And there was this guy who would say shit like that all the time, and it was always so abrasive. I remember one time my car high beams were stuck on, And so I put tape over them, so over the top part, so it wouldn't like blind people. And he was like, "Hey, pretty cool looking tape you got there on your car, guy. What's that for?" And I was like, "It's because the high beams are stuck on. I don't want to like blind people." And he's like, "Yeah, I guess you're not such an asshole after all." Like people, that's like a.
I want to like fish for people that'll treat me like that now, so I can just.
They're all just go get a 9-to-5 job at an office. They're all over the place.
Like gossipy men.
I can't stand it.
It's like, who cares, man? Like, who the fuck cares? Like, leave me alone. People who watch other people and like, yo, you gonna do anything about it? Like, no, I don't give a fucking shit.
YouTube, not even YouTube, but like the whole online entertainment thing. What percentage of it do you think is like gossip and owning people and like drama, that type of thing? I feel like it's like 30% or something. This week, so and so said this.
But it's always just like, yeah, I talked to them and they said that you guys weren't. And it's just like, you're a fucking dude. Like, you're so queer, man.
We're getting like
you flamer.
We're getting super, like, we're getting a lot of heat right now, like more than I've seen in like 5 years, because we did the iDubbbz thing.
Yeah.
People just want to see like, you said this to who? What did he say? What happened then? People are just like obsessed with
Oh yeah, that matters, dude. It's gonna change your life.
If you live in a Washington zip code and have 0 DUIs in the last 5 years, listen carefully. I was an insurance agent for 30 years, and what I'm about to tell you could save you up to 80% on your auto insurance. Here's what the industry doesn't want you to know. Washington drivers pay the most for car insurance out of any state in the country. As we all know from the recent 2025 leak, insurance companies are now in trouble for overcharging Washington drivers by as much as 80% for the same coverage. We call drivers in this state gold tier clients, the ones we'd fight to keep because of inflated commissions. But here's the dirty secret. If you're in Washington, they won't let you know you can lower your rate now.
And they're fucking sleep, dude. The ads are even getting lazier. Insane. Is this still going? Oh no, it's not.
That a boomer ever tries to win, they just point at their house.
We gotta freaking talk. Welcome back. So, as you know, I went to Costa Rica. The last 10 days, that's where I've been. And I'm glad to be back. I'm glad to be back. What a different world it is, man. Let me tell you. I don't know if you've ever been, but there's something going on in Costa Rica. Perhaps a lot of South America, Central America. The dogs are suicidal. I've come to the conclusion that these dogs are ready to die. I was driving on these hills, these mountainous hills. I don't know if they're hills or mountains, but it's a different world. People are on motorcycles. They don't give a fuck. I swear, people are on like a light dose of Ambien. Their eyelids are like this. They have the saying, pura vida, which means pure life. You be talking to them, blah, blah, blah. I don't even speak Spanish. Buenos, I accidentally said buenos dias, and it was nighttime. She said, buenos noches. Just smack you on the back of the head. Come on, white boy. Little misstep. I'm kind of learning. And I said, can I get some vanilla ice cream? Just plain vanilla. She said, no, you can't get it plain. I'm like, why can't I get it plain? So you got to pick 3 toppings. I don't want the toppings. So to make up for it, she gave me a free churro, which was nice, but I didn't want the churro. She said, you got to get 3 toppings. I guess the ice cream is that shitty. You need 3 different toppings. But they say this pura vida. Pura vida. pure life. And I like that. But almost some of these people they got too much pure life. You know, you need a little bit of chaos. You need a little bit of filth in your life. And you see it real big time on the people that live deep in the mountains, up high in the mountains, where the clouds are there like all day. And there's just this like droopiness to their eyes. There's a slow. These people don't give a fuck, dude. These people don't care. The people in the city care. Like, we flew into San Jose, and these people on their bikes, man, everyone got somewhere to go. Beep, beep, get out of my way. I was scared as hell the first day driving. I never drove in stuff like this, man. The elevation is just, I mean, we're in a Mitsubishi 4-wheel drive, and I'm going up, just hang on, baby. You know, you're going around these curves. Someone's flying around the curves. You come across these bridges where it's just a single skinny lane. And for some reason, in Costa Rica, they don't have good signage. I don't know what it is. They don't have good signage on the highway. They don't have good signage in their damn parks. You enter the park, and the map is just like, you are here. And then there's zero signs to tell you, man, like, go here, do this. Like, in America, we got good signs. In Costa Rica, bad signs. I don't know what it is. I'm telling you, I want to start a fundraiser to get Costa Rica some new damn signs. And it's pissing me off. They do have good tap water, though. Real good tap water. You can drink the tap water from the bathroom. That's how good it is. So back to the bridge, because it's so funny to me. Because at first I didn't know how to handle it. Thank God someone was in front of me. And they were driving up to the bridge. And I'm like, all right, I'm just going to follow this. I don't know who goes in this situation. In America, we have stop signs. You can see them, big, red. What is a stop sign? Is that a hexagon? Big red sign that says stop. In Costa Rica, they got like little signs that say alto, which means stop. They didn't have anything here. So these bridges you come across, and you're just playing chicken with the driver that's approaching you, and you're just hoping to God that he's not a maniac. You just, is he gonna stop? You just kind of, I guess you get in tune, because on the second day, I felt in control. I felt in command. I was driving. I had my hand on the brake. I was just ready to rip that thing if I needed to. I was flying down these hills. I'm beeping at people. I'm like, by the third day, I was beeping at people. Beep, beep, get out of my way. I felt like a native. I was flying down. I could tell. I was like, look at this stupid American. He must have just got his car. I felt like an absolute professional. You learn quick, man. You learn quick when you retard max and you go to a different country. And you're forced to just, you know, boom, now I'm in the hills. Boom, now I'm ordering some food at just this little shop. I had so much pinto gallo pinto, which is rice, beans, eggs, plantains. I had so many plantains. I think my gut microbe is just permanently shifted from all the plantains. I had plantains fried. I had plantains in a soup. I had plantains in a sandwich. I had plantains in a burrito. Holy shit, I love plantains. But I like them. They're good. But back to these dogs. Buddy! Good to see you again, buddy.
It for a little while, then I fell off. But like,
for like Thanksgiving stuff. But I appreciate you coming back on. Genuinely, that was probably one of the cooler episodes that I was able to do, and the response, you could see how much people love you, even outside of your platform that you're sort of native to. And I guess the first question I have for you about this, in regards to your whole journey, why do you think people are so connected to you? What do you think makes people so connected to you?
Lately, or just in general?
It's interesting because late, like in general, and I answer more lately, because I think it all
Lately,
kind
yeah.
of coincides, but I want to hear your perspective.
Well, I've been doing this for 10 years, and the message has never changed. I've been
Yeah.
doing it since 2017, and, the tone has changed a little bit. I've gotten older, and I've refined my positions. But it's always been really the same principle, which is America first,
Yeah.
and usual kind of stuff. And when I started, I was radioactive. Nobody wanted anything to do with me, and nobody agreed with me.
Yeah.
Even within my circles on the very far right,
Yeah.
I was sort of a pariah. And I think the reason that people have come around now, I think the country changed.
Yeah.
I think that especially after the pandemic, I think it was kind of all downhill after that.
Yeah.
Because that's when people really got affected by the corruption, the lies. People lived it firsthand.
Yeah.
And it affected them on a deep and personal level because they were confined to their houses, had to get vaccinated, people died. And I think that's when a lot of the credibility of the institutions and the narrative that they push started to fall apart. And I think it kind of totally collapsed soon after that. I think the other big precipitating cause, shortly after the pandemic, Elon bought Twitter.
Yeah.
And so we had total free speech on X. And lately, you've also had free speech on Instagram and YouTube.
Yeah.
They kind of caught up with X.
Do you, I mean, I'm sorry.
Yeah, sure.
Do you see all the clips and the things? Do you see, do you go on Instagram? Do you have an Instagram? Can you see what people are saying?
I can't.
Bro, it is insane. So you don't have an Instagram account that you look?
No, and I make a burner every now and again. They always get banned.
Dude, the things people say about your content is it might be some of the funniest on the internet. I don't know. So you haven't seen the memes of you and Candace? And,
Oh, I see those. I see the clips.
Okay,
Yeah.
Okay. Or you you dunking a basketball in slow motion.
Yeah.
It's you become this I mean, for lack of a better term, I guess a star on the internet. And the reason why I asked you that question was from my perspective from the outside watching it is I think a lot of the things you talk about, people have thought about for a while and for a long time. And I want to get into this conversation about the white nationalist kind of ideas because I think a large portion of the people who follow you and who are engaged with you, besides the fact that you tell the truth on a lot of different subjects that people have been afraid to talk about for forever, because I'll never forget when I first got into, and I think I told you this off camera last time, when I first got into making content in 2011, 2012, 2013, there was 3 things you knew you can never talk about. And I'm not I wasn't a big popular guy. I didn't have a big following on YouTube. I was just kind of starting out on Instagram, and then I started to transition to YouTube. And you always knew it was you couldn't say racist things. You couldn't say you couldn't talk bad about black people. That was 1.
Right.
You couldn't talk bad about gay people. That was 2. And you couldn't talk about the Jews. And it was, and I'll never forget it. I remember it always felt like the first 2 were you kind of could.
Right.
It would offend people. The third one was if you talked about that group of people, it was you knew there were repercussions for sure.
Right.
And so I think it's interesting how over time it's become, and I want to get into why I think this is happening, but more specifically to you, I think a part of your popularity, because I did the podcast with you and I wanted to talk to you about this when you came back, was I probably had at my gym personally 6 different people who are, I had an electrician come here and he was like, yo, I really appreciate the interview you did. Thanks for doing that. We need to platform more of these people that don't always have the mainstream narrative idea. I had a couple of gym bros come up to me and talk about, yo, I really appreciate, real people. And we'll get into this because it has to do with what I want to talk about later. But the thing that I said, well, why do you like Nick? Why do you like his content? And I'm talking about the electrician was some Mexican guy. The gym bro was a Mexican dude. And we were having this conversation. And he's like, I think the reason why he said specifically was because you tell the truth on a lot of things. And you say a lot of the things that people for a very long time, I feel like have been, I don't know if I can really say this.
Right.
And so I think that's why you garnered so much love from all types of people. Because I don't know if you know this, but like when I reference those funny videos, like where you're saying like, I'm not gonna say the word.
Yeah.
I know you say the word, but you're like, can a N-word breathe? You know, like, and people, I read the comments and it's like black people being like, nah, he gets the pass. Like they're just like, for some reason when he says it, it's like it's okay. Like it's funny to see that, you know, you're kind of beyond the political side of it. It's just the nature, I think, of the control or the censorship or the you can't do this or you don't do that or this word is so bad, because that got so, and that's why I was referencing back like 2011, 2012. Everyone was so afraid to say anything that was like just anything outside of the politically correct, you know, thing.
Right.
And I think that's the core of why you have so much success, because you do it in a way that, you know, it doesn't feel hateful.
Right.
Sometimes, sometimes, not all the time. But it feels playful.
Right.
And I think it makes people go, yeah, like this is not as serious as it should, because outside of you, like I've noticed that with just like there's another content creator at my gym, black guy, makes funny videos, some like, you know, like reverse racism type content. It's hilarious. And he's like, yo, I love Nick. He's like, dude, you got to bring him in the gym. I want to meet him so bad. So it's like you have these real people who are really like excited that you're having success. And I think it was funny after, you know, you did my pod, and then that was like kind of like towards the beginning of like the mainstream like generational run, and then you're on these other podcasts, and everyone's reaction to you, you know, the Ben Shapiro's, the Matt, the Daily Wire, the crew, the you know, all the people who are this guy's basically, they try to frame it as if like it's just incels and it's just people who they have no lives, and that's why they're supported, and they have nothing else to live for, and you guys should get out and work, and this whole idea when they talk about it.
Right.
But that's not the people who are actually coming up to me in real life and saying, no, like this is the reason why. And it's not always your political takes. It's how you carry yourself with, I think this is just me.
Right.
And I whether it's political or whether it's, you know, just making content, I've noticed over the last 4 or 5 years, that's the thing that makes people successful, is just the truth of like who they are as a person without trying to hold these filters and be like, I got to make sure everyone's okay with this. And I think that's why you have a large part of your success.
Yeah.
And so on that note, what's your perception when you start to get the run, you start to go up, and everyone's like, oh, well, you shouldn't listen to this guy because he says this one specific thing without like actually analyzing or looking at the other things you're saying, and they just make you to be the villain again?
Well, I mean, there are certain people that for them it's very political, and they're panicking that people are listening to my show because on a deep level, it's political. It's a political talk show. We talk about political issues, and the things that I spotlight on the show, like, for example, the Israel lobby, the war in the Middle East, they find that very inconvenient. Like Daily Wire in particular, they're obsessed with Israel, foreign aid, the wars. And so for them, they're basically trying to keep cancel culture together, which is, no, you can't like this guy. You can't listen to this guy. He said that.
Yeah.
So that means he's disqualified. And I think you're right. A lot of people, they don't agree with everything I say. And the jokes don't always land.
Yeah.
But they see it and they say, you know, here's a guy that's not part of the establishment. He's authentic. He's just being who he is. He's unfiltered. He's raw. And you know, even people that are left wing, people that are not white, people that you wouldn't think are my usual audience, have some level of respect for that.
Yeah.
They say, I don't agree with any of this guy's views, but you know, he's kind of funny. Or, you know, seems like he's got his heart in the right place or something like that.
Yeah.
So I guess there's just a lot of fatigue about the level of control that we've been under for 10 years, whether you call wokeness, censorship. Everybody recognizes all of it went way too far. It was suffocating and oppressive. And now people say, you know, we'll even tolerate who was considered the worst of the worst. It's better than what we had before. So But I think that's a very specific thing. I think there's also a lot of people like, and when I say the specific thing, I mean, there's a lot of people that have a political, like a vested interest in people not liking me. Because
Yes.
what happens is if people watch me, if they get to know me, if they just sit down and watch the show, they see I'm polite, I'm respectful. I don't think I come at it from a place of hatred or mean-spiritedness. I think they see that I'm just a little provocative. I just don't have a filter. And I think everybody has someone like that in their life.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of comedy they watch or, whatever. And there's some people that still, for whatever reason, they're kind of like the remnant of wokeness. I feel like that's still out there in some places.
Yeah.
There's people that say, they just are not comfortable with free thinking. They're not comfortable if you, like, for example, I did the Tucker Carlson interview.
Yeah.
And I had a comment in there where I said, I like Joseph Stalin.
Yeah.
And I see a lot of people go, oh, well, I don't like that. I don't like what he... And it's like, really? I mean, and people don't have to love the comment, or maybe they don't understand where I'm coming from on that. But it's like, it's almost like they can't accept anything into their consciousness. They can't entertain a person or the idea if there's something that just doesn't pass through the filter, something that isn't mainstream or something that is, I don't know. I mean, are we allowed to have a controversial opinion? Are we allowed to say something that sounds wrong at first? I mean, to me, that's interesting. That's eccentric. That's different. But there's still like a remnant that's deeply uncomfortable with heterodox ways of thinking.
So when you said the Stalin thing, what did you mean when you say like you like him?
Well, for me, I look at Stalin just like I look at the other figure in World War II. To me, these are historical figures. The painter. Right. The painter.
The painter.
And I saw people on Twitter, they're saying he's a Stalin admirer. And I'm like, what does that even mean? To me, this is like somebody saying he likes Oliver Cromwell and Napoleon Bonaparte. It's like, this is a figure from history. He's been dead for 70 years. And so I look at it from the lens of it's an historical figure from a deeply fascinating time who became one of the most consequential human beings in the history of mankind. And I think, I don't support murder. I don't support mass murder or forced famine or, the evil things that he did. But he's an object of curiosity and fascination for me. But, I guess it came out wrong or, people didn't like the way I said it. But that's what I mean by that.
Yeah. You understand why they don't like it, because they just go straight from, oh, he likes this guy did evil things, that means you're evil.
I mean, of course I get it, but on some level I don't really understand it because, it's like, for example, women these days are obsessed with serial killers.
Yeah, that's
how many Netflix shows are they going to make about, right? True crime and like the morbid that women are into now. It's like the worst of the worst. And Luigi Mangione.
Yeah.
They were sending him their panties.
Yeah.
Kissing with like lipstick. They're like kissing letters and spraying it with perfume. I say I like Stalin and everybody loses their minds. But I think that's just free thinking. I think that's just, maybe because I'm an intellectually very open and curious person. To me, I see nothing wrong with it. But for other people, I guess it signals that I'm a messed up person.
Yeah, it's crazy. I get it. I understand both sides of it. I also understand why they go, oh, look, he said that. Like, because obviously they want to frame you in a way that is negative, right?
Right.
So this whole, like, Ben Shapiro, Mark Levin, these guys who, the thing that I don't understand with them is how they don't see themselves in it. Like how they say all these things, and I don't see how they don't see everything else that they've sort of done or said, right? You talk about the dual loyalty thing. Like there's that clip of Ben Shapiro being like, the guarantor of my loyalty to the United States is because of Israel.
Right.
And I don't understand why they don't see that. Like those, like you saying you like Stalin and then being like, the reason why I sort of like ride or stand for this country that I'm in and I'm benefiting from is because of another country. I don't understand how they don't see the issue there when most people hear that and see that.
Right.
What's your take on that? Like when I know you have your opinions on it, right? But like, why do you think they just believe that because it worked for so long that it should just work now? Or is it like, are they willfully ignoring their words? Like,
yeah, there's like a deep lack of self-awareness, because when these people put this content out, you have to say to yourself, like for example, even on a different subject, Ben Shapiro, he's in the middle of all this controversy lately. Everyone's criticizing him. And he goes on a show and says, if you can't afford to live in your house, it's like, what are you thinking? How did you think that was going to play? He goes and says, if you can't afford to live in your city, go move somewhere else. You don't deserve. Yeah. And it's like, do you hear yourself? Do you hear how that sounds? And I genuinely think they don't. And here's why. We have to realize that, like someone like Shapiro, for example, he came around pretty early on, but he really hit his stride like 2015, 2016. His entire career was built under the censorship regime. And so think about this from like the point of view of a business. If you're in any business, all of your competition is banned from bringing their product to the market, because that's really what censorship is.
Yeah.
Him and a handful of others were allowed to be on YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and not just allowed, they worked together. For many years, Shapiro and his Daily Wire, they were like the #2 advertiser on all of Facebook.
Yeah.
So they had like a deep partnership. They also had an arrangement, I'm told, with YouTube during the pandemic, where they basically made a deal. If they don't talk about the vaccine or COVID conspiracies, they could stay on the platform. So from roughly 2017 until 2022, that's like 5 years. That's a long time on social media. They had like a virtual monopoly or like an oligopoly where a handful of people were able to use the major platforms and nobody else could. Gavin McInnes, Jared Taylor, me, Sam Hyde, Alex Jones, like all the big people were wiped out, literally just could not be on the platforms. And so I think what happened is they got really comfortable, and I think that muscle kind of atrophied, because without the competition, without the resistance, they weren't able to develop arguments. They weren't able to develop, how do you defend against somebody like me? They didn't have to think about that because I was just banned. So they could sort of safely ignore that and pretend that didn't exist. This kind of, you could call it a critique of Ben Shapiro from his right, or from a different perspective other than the left.
Yeah.
He was used to debating socialists and blue-hair college students. Then people start to challenge him from a different perspective, and suddenly he literally cannot deal with it. He doesn't have the antibodies, let's say. And so I think that censorship made them weak, and it actually made people like me stronger.
Yeah.
Because existing in the underground, you had to fight for your life to survive, to have an audience, to keep people coming in. You really had to be the best of the best, have the funniest clips, the best talking points, information, whatever. And I think now that we're on a level playing field, it's like when Batman fought Bane in Dark Knight Rises. It's like
easy.
Victory defeated you. We're here breaking your back now. So I think that's really what did it.
All right, guys, this episode is sponsored by BetterHelp. Now, holidays are a time of tradition, and maybe it's a good time to create a new tradition in your life. Some talk therapy has helped me in the past, has helped me at multiple different times throughout my past. If you guys have ever thought about doing it, give it a shot. It's a very easy way to get an outside, unbiased perspective on whatever it is you're trying to figure out in your life, whatever you're trying to make sense of, you know, without the sort of people that maybe you're speaking to currently that are sort of connected to your circumstances. So a lot of times maybe their input will be a little bit biased towards that circumstance. So BetterHelp is a good way to get therapy outside of that. It's a good way to do it, that it's online. You don't have to worry about driving somewhere. It's easy with the schedule. Go to betterhelp.com right now. Use code RAWTALK to get 10% off your first month. If you've thought about it, do it now. Let's get into the rest of this podcast. All right, so this next point is a little conspiratorial on my part. Dude, what if you're the greatest psyop of all time?
For who?
for them. Like, so hear me out. I'll give you the I mean, obviously this happened, right? And when I say this, I mean they wanted Biden to win. That's like, it was like Trump, Biden, they wanted Biden to win, and then Trump had all these legal issues, got this massive donation. Then they're like, okay, Trump's our guy now because this guy's failing. What if on the social media space, because here's the point that I'm trying to make. And I don't know if we've talked about this before, but I know you're aware of this. Obviously, CNN, Fox, all these mainstream things that have sort of, you know, psyoped us over all these years for everything to believe this, believe that. They knew it was dying. They saw it. So hear me out when I say this. There's no way they believed, or they go, this is dying, hands up, we're not fighting. I don't believe that. I believe that they knew social media was going to end up being this way. So there's, in my head, I look at Tucker, I look at you, I look at Candace, Piers Morgan, all these people. I would say like the bigger political punch.
All right, that's it for me. This is a fucking great stream. I had a really good time. This was sick. Oh, is this not working again? Well, anyway. Got to work out, got to sauna, got some video games, hung out with a friend. This is really fun. Anyway, see you next time, nobody. See you next time.